What is going on, guys? So today's video is going to be trying to fix some wheels that you can't see, some curb rash actually, and we're going to be doing this by using metal reinforced bondo, as long as some spray paint, and I'll show you guys everything that we're going to need, and the rims, this one over here, along with all three of those. Alright guys, so this is one of them. This one's actually not too bad. It's got a little jaggedy right here, and then a little bit over here. This one's actually just a scrape. It's not very bad, but some of the ones over here, I think this top one is the best. But if we get down here to these are pretty bad. You can't even see them because of this, but I'll go ahead and post the before and after of them right now. So if you guys want to see how to do that, stick around, and this is what you're gonna need. So I went ahead and bought, I had some, but brand new, the one paint that I had was sitting around for a while and it usually clumps up. So I bought black gloss from Rust-Oleum, and then I bought a clear coat to out on after. We're gonna be sanding this. I already had this, but this is a file. This is a abrasive one. This one's a smoother one, and we're gonna be filing that down. I already had this as well, but we're gonna wet sand everything just so the paint sticks, even where it's not scratched. And then I didn't have any of these, so this will just make mixing the bondo easier. And the main thing, I did this before with regular bondo, and it didn't work too well. Like after a while, it just fell off. So I'm gonna try this metal reinforced filler, and hopefully this one works. Supposedly you could tap into this. After it dries. It says high strength filler can be drilled or tapped, so I don't need to do any of that, but hopefully it'll withstand this whenever the machine rides around here to put the tires on. So first we're gonna get some microfiber towels with soapy water and some rubbing alcohol, and we'll go ahead and clean this rim good. All right, so this wheel is done. I'm gonna set this on the floor. Bring the next one. All right, and this one's actually not that bad either. I'll go ahead and show you guys. So this one's probably the best one out of them all. It's got tiny little scratch. Well, I guess tiny compared to the rest, but it's got a little bit of curb rash right here. Probably right here is the only actual indent, this big one. The rest feel pretty smooth. And the rest of the rim, I think this one's got a tiny little scuff and a little scuff right there, but besides that, this one's good. This one also had, the one that I just did had scratches in here, so I'm gonna have to fix those. All right, so next step is we're gonna wet sand this. I'm using 800 grit. You could use a Scotch-Brite too, just to scuff up, you know, all of the paint, but since this one has fiber or bondo on it and the other ones have small scratches on it too, I'm just gonna use 800 grit sandpaper, and this is soapy water. I just put it in this old container, so you guys could use regular water, but this is what I got right now, so this is what I'm gonna do. So I'm just gonna spray on here, wet this, and then just wet sand the whole thing until it's all scuffed up. I'm gonna try not to go down in here, at least not too deep. You can see this is the old spray line from, because this one's the one I painted. So I'm just gonna try to stay on the edge here and around the corner. Show you guys when this is done. Alright guys, so I'm done with all of them, and they're actually not that bad after sanding. As you guys could see, there's only very minimal actual scarring, like right here. This one's almost all pretty good. Some small scratches right there. This one's the worst one, which was the one I redid with the old bondos. You guys could see right around, let me find a spot. Right around here. there's still some body filler in here, right in there. But this one's the worst rim. All the other ones are pretty good. Very small scarring. So I'm gonna go ahead and prepare the body filler and start with this one since it's the worst. Alright, so now that this has dried, I'm gonna try to use the same block. And if you guys don't have a block like this, then just use a piece of wood and wrap over your sandpaper. That's what I'm gonna do shortly because this one's almost dull out. But as you guys could see right around there, there's like some huge bumps. And it's got kind of a sharp edge going around here. So I'm gonna try to now, I'm gonna sand this way to get this face and then sand this way at an angle. And then it's gonna create a peak, and then I'm gonna try to round it off. So that's what I'm gonna do right now and try to get the best shape. And then if I have any low spots, which means I need to add a little more, I can add a little more later on, but hopefully we don't have too many of those. Right here I added way too much, so this is gonna take a while before I could get it nice. But I mean, it's already pretty hard. You guys can see I scratched it right there, but this is only about 30 minutes in, so when it fully hardens, which is about an hour, it should be pretty durable compared to the regular bondo. I'll show you guys. So this was, I hope you guys could see. Here's a lot right here. Sorry, I think Enzo's seeing other dogs at the park. He wants to go play with. But it's all dirty because of the dust, but I got most of the general shape. There we go, you guys can see there. And whenever I got pretty close to the actual outline, like right around there, I tried to not go in it because I'm going to try to sand it all down with this 300 grit. So I'm going to go ahead and do it with this one, and I'll let you guys know. Alright, so I did let this one and the other one on the floor over there dry overnight. So I'm going to go ahead and sand this off. I'm going to take the most part off with this file because I actually think it's a little smoother than this 60 grit or 90 grit. I'm not too sure what this is. 60 grit, and I don't have anything in between this and 320, so somewhere around 150, which was my block, this one, but this one's dead. So I'm gonna go ahead and try to file most of it with this and not get too deep, and then I'll finish it off with the same 400 grit, and I'll show you guys after. So here's the before, and here's the after. Alright, this is the second rim I fixed up last night, and I added a little more. This is the before, and I'm gonna go over it with the file and 400 grit. And here's the after. Okay guys, so believe it or not, ignore my hands, I'm about to explain. I tried to use tape, and I mean it worked, but there's still little holes, and I mean it's just not working too good. This one has this one's like, I tried different ways with the tape, and then I tried just bundling it up, and then I tried aluminum, and then I had an idea. I was like, I should put Play-Doh, but I don't have Play-Doh, and all these stores are probably closed because of quarantine. So I made some dough. So I'm gonna go ahead and take these off, and I'm gonna put some dough in some of them, and hopefully it'll just fit in as like a bondo or a Play-Doh, and just shove it in there and then make it flush, and in a little bit it'll even harden and it'll be fine, and then at the end I could just remove it and hopefully it'll work out. So yeah, sounds weird, but it'll save me some time hopefully. So let's see if it'll work. Look at that, perfect. Took me about half the time than that ugly tape that still has holes for paint to get in. So I'm gonna go ahead and remove all those, fill it up with these, and hopefully it'll go a lot faster, and I'll show you guys when it's done. Alright guys, we have a problem with these, and that is that my dog is trying to eat them. So if you guys have a dog, look at that, try to pick those out. What are you trying to eat them for, huh? So make sure your dog doesn't eat your progress while you go ahead and work on the next one. Alright, they're all taped up. I'm gonna clean them up with rubbing alcohol one more time, and then we'll get to spray painting. Alright guys, so as you guys can see, there's a lip around there. I'm not too sure why it looks gray, but if you look at it straight on, it does look black. But the goal is I'm gonna take off all these dough holes that I filled in, and then probably clean the whole rim real quick. Alright guys, so the rim on all four is nice and polished with the, or actually not polished, but it's been done with the rubbing compound. I still need to polish it. It looks a lot better. The problem is the inside. It seems like it's two colors still. And I think that's on some spots where I tried to buff, it seemed like it came off, and I think that's because when I painted on the rim, I didn't sand this or scuff this down. So it's got a layer of paint over it. So I think what I'm gonna have to do is get the 1500 grit and just try to sand all this off and then polish it off. What's going on guys? So today's video, we're gonna send off my rims to powder coat back there. I did try to paint them a while ago, but I left them out so long. They're right under here that they got all scratched, and I mean the dish on them is just not the best. And I put them on plywood, so they got all scratched up again. And I mean, you can't tell because this is dirty from trying to polish them, but I'm not sure if I'm gonna go with jet black again or maybe a black with metallics, but I'm gonna go ahead and get them all loaded up on the truck, and powder coat should be a lot better because it's a lot stronger. As you can see when I painted them, this is already chipping. I'll give you guys I'll show you guys at the beginning how I fixed the curb rash, but then just ignore the paint part, and we're gonna powder coat them. Hopefully the curb rash stays nice and clean. So I'm gonna load these all up and then we'll pick a color. Alright guys, all loaded up. And take them to the powder coat place. Here they are. I mean, I'm not a huge fan of the all blacked out look, but he did give me some decals, so I'll probably put those on. But I'm hoping once they're on the truck, it'll look a lot better. But I mean, these things are massive. I mean, and they do fit a little bit over the rim, so that'll help me, you know, in case I ever happen to kiss the curve. But I mean, when I say they're massive, they're like crazy wide. I'm gonna see if I could take them off and compare them right here on the side so you guys could see the width. But I'm probably not gonna record because I'm not trying to get wet, so I'll be right back. Okay guys, so here are the wheels on the floor. Man, these were a struggle to unmount, at least for, you know, somebody small like me. These weigh probably a little over 100 pounds each. And are you guys ready? Bam! So these are so much bigger. And they're actually gonna sit a little taller than, well, obviously these are 35s and those are, I wanna say 33s, but I used to have 33s on here, so they are gonna sit a little taller. I don't wanna get a too close view because it's raining, but I'm probably gonna wait to mount them till another day. What do you guys think? Blacked out looks pretty good or not? I mean, they don't look bad. It's just, I don't know. I kind of wanted this to be, you know, the aluminum, especially on those, on that area over there. I believe this rim has the sticker that they told me. Let's see if I could grab this one without getting too wet. Whoa, almost dropped it. All right, so this one, yep, right here. I don't know if you guys could see, it's not coming in. There's one right there too. So, I mean, I might put these on. I really like those. I don't know about the circles anymore. I kind of like the blacked out look, but I really like the secondary color. Maybe even get some gold ones printed out. The original line that it was actually on this inner side, but this is kind of a hard shape to cut out, so they cut out this one, which just looks, you know, a lot better. So I might actually put those on just for that secondary color, but I mean, worst case is we take them off. But man, it is pouring right now, so I'll go ahead and catch you guys tomorrow.